So while the topic is still kind of hot, I did want to talk about the fact that now might be the best time for a wrestler to be released. And I know that's a weird thing to say. I know that's something that's gonna rub people the wrong way, especially if they have like a lot of emotional stake in the business and all that. But I want you to hear me out here and let me know what you think about it. I feel like it is a really weird or really volatile climate for wrestlers these days. In the sense that like with corporate mergers and different directives and shit being passed down from up above, there's not really much job security unless, you've got the craziest sweetheart deal and you've got Triple H by the balls and you juggle them around. But time has a funny way of letting things kind of work itself out. I feel like nowadays, there's so many places for a wrestler to go. There's never been more places for wrestlers to work. Back in the day when you would get released like out of nowhere, we'd be lucky if we ever saw you again. You probably had to put on matches in front of like 12 people at like a Lowe's parking lot, right? But these days there's competition at least. And I know WWE is doing their best to kind of monopolize and take over the world, but at least for right now, being released or having your contract lapse or splitting amicably from the WWE doesn't mean the end for your journey if you still wish to pursue it. And I'm genuinely thankful for that when it comes to some of these wrestlers, because I don't want to see them go. At the same time, I'm not going to chase them to wherever they go to, but to at least know that their talents and their hard work and their dedication hasn't gone to waste is cool. And I know WWE is like the big leagues, at least optically, it's the big leagues, but they're not as screwed as they would have been, say, in 2006 or something, right? Like, in the past, getting released could be the end of your whole shit. We're not gonna see you again. Bye-bye. Fuck off. Like, before, it was like, oof. Today, you at least have opportunities all over the world. You have, like, all elite wrestling, AEW, right? You've got TNA, you've got New Japan, you've got the indie scene, you got fucking international promotions, you got streaming appearances you can do, and even content creation. You have a lot of windows in which you can market yourself and still stay relevant even if you're not actively in the ring for WWE. You have, social media pages that you could run or other things that at least keep you in the cultural zeitgeist for a little bit. And if you're charismatic enough, or, if you had enough of a hardcore fan base, you can get by, or you could, like, repackage, rebrand, and become a way bigger deal before even coming back. Like, being released can legitimately increase your value type shit, right? Like, we've seen it with, fucking Cody Rhodes. Like, he was Stardust. We have a meme on stream where we make fun of Stardust. Like, you are Stardust. How are you doing this? But fucking Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. Like, what? A release today usually makes enough buzz to where people are sending their condolences or checking you out or something. If you have a plan or if you're able to capitalize on that moment, I think your value goes way up. I think you can become, the most hyped free agent of roaming the indies right now, or like, that person who, we gotta get an appearance from him on the podcast. We gotta hear about what she's thinking. Maybe she has an OnlyFans. Like you can take that moment and do something with it. And like, I feel like you become so much more interesting when, maybe your career or maybe your time on the rosters was a little less than stellar. Maybe your best years are behind you, but now that you're released, like, we really cared about so-and-so. I hope they don't, fall into anything bad. Like, I wanna see. But you can take your moment and do more than you probably would have been doing. Just kind of scraping by, like spinning the wheels. Right? These days I find so many like random wrestlers have like YouTube channels or podcasts. I'm like, what? This is cool as hell to hear about their stories. Right? I think there's something really cool and like unique about that experience that you can have. Like, check it on a wrestler who you watched just a week ago and now they're like, oh, well, they're no longer on that crazy grinding schedule. Maybe they have like a really cool hobby you didn't know about. And I couldn't imagine what it was like back in the day. You get fired or released and that's it. We just gotta hope we see you in like some fucking random porn. Like, just randomly see X-Pac's balls. That shit is crazy. I feel like like the talent can create and craft their own narrative. I remember like Karrion Kross was making a big deal when his contract ran out. Um, Shout out to him. Maybe they felt stuck in catering, and now they get to, like, show off some of their cool shit. I think it's nice. I think it's nice personally. They had at least have freedom. Let me say the freedom is nice. Having your livelihood pulled from you kind of sucks ass, but and I feel like with that freedom comes the fact that, like, modern wrestlers don't have to be dependent on, like, any one company anymore. They can get, like, one-off matches, or they can appear on, like, other people's shit, or like they can show love to their friends who were, like, in other companies or something. You know what I mean? Like, that there's always talks, and, like, as long as you don't burn bridges, being released doesn't have to be the end. It doesn't. It really doesn't. We've got like Patreon style memberships and YouTube channels. They can be on Twitch and all that. They can do indie booking sponsorships. But personally, right, if I had the body of a fucking wrestler, I'm built like a fucking, like a starving bird, right? Like I'm flat. But if I had the body of a fucking wrestler, the first thing I'm doing is becoming a damn personal trainer or something, fitness model or something. Like I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing to look as fabulous as I do, because these people look like fucking superheroes. Oh my god. But you fire me, I'm putting something to work. Some gotta give. I'm selling ankle pictures, bitch. You gotta understand. You get creative freedom, you get a lighter schedule, and you even get like a better work-life balance. Like, some of these guys have to work through like kids' birthdays and graduations and shit, just taking bumps and all. Like, maybe, just maybe, me being released is not a bad thing. Maybe. And I get to catch up and watch other products and not feel so like tied down and bogged down. I think maybe the one element is, like, say your partner's a wrestler and like you get released or they get released, and it's like, damn, do I make a fuss? Do I make a fuss and also give up my means of making money to be with them, or do we kind of have an understanding where it's like, well, like, if it's a situation where like your partner's like being screwed by the company, it's like, I just gotta show up and get dressed, and I don't even get to have fucking matches. I'm just in the back just in case someone's having like a battle royale, and then we gotta put 16 people in the ring. Like, there's a lumberjack match this week for whatever reason. That's my only time. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I quit. I wonder, what are your thoughts about like being released nowadays? Like, emotional beats from it aside. Like, we spoke about it, like, affecting backstage morale and whatnot. How do you think? How do you feel about releases and the options that the wrestlers have these days compared to back in the day? Are there any wrestlers that you've seen have like a really good time after leaving WWE or having their contract expire and whatnot? Or on the flip side, have you seen like, horror stories of people who might have been in the company, the big leagues, and then shit didn't work out, and then, it fell apart? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I will not hold you up much longer. I do have a Patreon with over 200 hours of bonus content that I cannot upload to YouTube. Full matches, TV shows, movies, etc., etc. All wrestling related reactions over on there for free. Check it out if you need to, but I will see you in the next video. Don't be weird is my only request. I mean it. Do not be weird. Thank you so much to those of you that have made it over to the Patreon. I appreciate you.
Trouble, that's me. Cherry lips and bad energy. Say it once, say it twice, and I'll give it to you all night. I'm your bad, your bad advice.